Hi everybody, and welcome to part 2 of Karaoke, the Retrospective. I'm going through my history of the bars and karaoke and all the moments that have happened between that time, good and bad. So prepare yourself for the bad moments, because one might be coming soon. Let me find my place here. Alright. So, May of 2013. I met my first bar crush named Kerri Gretchen. She was a wild, fun Freeland woman who loved singing what she wanted, and without repeating myself too much or making people mad at me. There was something about who she was as a person that just made me feel so attracted to her. Sorry to my girlfriend for, bringing these up, but a couple of these crushes I am going to speak about in depth and a little personally. But I still love you, babe. I still love you, Mariah, and I'm here for you. My heart's here for you now, and don't dwell on where my heart was back then. Having said that, I'm going to continue. Even though I only saw Kerri 4 nights and a drive-by one afternoon, there was such a musical chemistry that Kerri and I had that was just so magically electric. And it shows in every song she sang and every duet that her and I sang together. She was very enthusiastic in every moment that she was around. You could see it in the special playlist I made specifically for the nights that Kerri was at the King's Den. Hi, sir. Recording a YouTube video. The first night Kerri was there was also the first time I took my chance with the second karaoke DJ that played the King's Den, Richie Green. First dubbed Karaoke with Richie Green. Donnie and John Halco made announcements the weeks leading up to Richie coming back to karaoke that, well, he was coming back to karaoke. God, why does that sound so weird? So, anyway, Richie was just a down-to-earth guy. So, at the time, I could say that both the karaoke DJs were good guys. I did karaoke with him a few times around that time. Around late July 2013, I experienced another karaoke entertainment in the form of Speaker Jam Karaoke, which utilized a very different karaoke setup than Donnie and Richie had. But the structure of the karaoke night was pretty much the same. 2 bar friends I met at the time, Chris Dysinger and Diana Geyer, and I saw how long the rotation was and decided they should go to another bar called the Golden Q. Now, I was very nervous and skeptical. Go ahead. I was very nervous and skeptical about going to the Golden Q because at the time I felt like the King's Den was my home. It was very comfortable. I had many great karaoke nights there. And I was sort of nervous about going to a new bar because I never really, it was like the Kingston was like my safety, it became my safety bubble at a time. So, but, I eventually said okay with them. They drove me down. Actually, the driving route vlog from the Kingston to the Golden Q was actually pretty hilarious. I'd watch that one. Because that was, Diana ran over one of those cement barricades when you stop your car at like a parking spot. It was pretty damn hilarious. But yeah, I was nervous to, be at a bar, that I wasn't really familiar with, and was sort of nervous about going to. So, after the night went, pretty decently. Donnie was there. I sort of sang like one or two songs that, I was really comfortable performing, and I performed I Believe I Can Fly, which to me held some little bit of resonance, because it was the first time that I sort of flew away to another bar, and it was a way for me to sort of try and branch out. So from that night, I could say that Kingston sessions had two locations to them. It was sort of like a location change. But I only went there that one night. So, I never really used it that much leading up to this point. So pretty much I was decided to just stay at the Kingston, because that's where I felt comfortable. Like I said, where I found comfortable being, because I was there, like I knew all the people, like the atmosphere, even though it was cramped quarters. I'm not gonna lie, John, it was cramped quarters, and you really made something with the place. So like I said, I'm not knocking you down for the location that it was at. But yeah, I felt comfortable just staying there and not, I was sort of nervous about going to the Golden Q, because I didn't want to feel like I was sort of betraying what I had set up. So yeah. Alright, we're going to flash forward to around December of 2013. And the death of Kerri Gretchen. Like I said, the main bar I stuck to, oh god, there's a dead squirrel. The main bar I stuck to was the Kingston. So every night that I went there to do karaoke, I was like in the August, September, October, November, I was hoping please let Kerri walk through that door. Please let Kerri walk through that door. After the 4 nights that she was there, I was always hoping that she would, come through and sing at the Kingston again. And I made a list of all the songs that I wanted to perform while she was there, which I dubbed the Kerri Love List. But on December 2nd, 2013, I had heard that she passed away. I took it really hard because that was, excluding the relationship situation she was in, taking that off the table, she was the one I felt, romantically invested in, could I say. And basically, as soon as Mike told me Evan, Kerri died, I was just bawling in tears. Like, I was just crying waterfalls and waterfalls of tears. And I made a snap decision that week's karaoke night would be dedicated to Kerri. And actually, the day before the Kingston Kerri Memorial Session was the second time I ever went to the Golden Q. Where I met her friend Amanda, and we did like a song or two. I think it was just one song. And that whole week was just honoring Kerri. And for me, now that I had a list of songs that were basically, I couldn't pick off the list anymore because Kerri was dead. So I ended up recalling the list the Kerri Memorial Love List. And hold on, what time? We have 12 minutes. Okay. So, yeah. Aside from all the sad moments in 2013, there was actually I was actually part of a couple of the holiday parties, like for example, that year I was one of the costume contest judges. You could see the full costume contest on the King's Den Sessions playlist. And I was also a reindeer for the Christmas party. And the mini videos within that session called Life of a Reindeer, you could see those on the Kingston Session playlist as well. Yeah, basically, we're coming up on Locust right now. So basically, I had a lot of fun moments with the King's Den. I could be able to say I sort of integrated myself, and I really became like part of like a family, like a home away from home. It's like a karaoke home. That's a nice fucking car. Alright. So, yeah. At the start of 2014, I decided that I was going to integrate going to the Golden Q along with the King's Den. So the Golden Q, like I said, it's sort of like a karaoke home away from karaoke home. Yeah. I want to see. I didn't check the rest of my walking route list, so give me a second while I see where I'm going to next after Golden Q. Alright. Okay. So, yeah. At the time, when I started integrating the Golden Q more, I was pretty much going out every Friday. Like, half the Fridays would be going to the King's Den to do karaoke, and then the other half of the Fridays, I'd be going to the Golden Q to perform karaoke. And both Donnie and Richie at the time were doing the King's Den and the Golden Q and a couple of other bars. So, where are we at? 16 minutes. Okay. So, yeah. This was sort of the start of being able to add, more bars to the list rather than just staying in one particular bar. One thing to really note, I was not an alcohol drinker, and when I go to the bars, I still will not be an alcohol drinker. I usually stick to like either Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Sprite, with the occasional Jello shot. Throughout the first 2, maybe 3 years, on my birthday, I would try and do the what I personally dub the celebratory enter age here Jello shots. Or I think one year, and like 1 year I did 6. But yeah, the birthday parties and the birthday celebrations were always, met with love and peace and, celebration, of course. But yeah, so, let's see, some of us, I should probably cut it here for part 2 of 13. So yeah, like I said, this is for those who skipped in to the end of the video. This still is me recounting my karaoke experiences, good and bad, and just overall, this is like every story that I have, just being, I'm putting them chronologically, and this will be like a behind the scenes for those people who are underage but have seen the karaoke videos, or have seen some of them. I have I think it was like almost 300 in one playlist and 400 in the karaoke sessions playlist. So yeah. So yeah, this is, like I said, my experiences from the bars, and just recounting everything good and bad that's happened over the years, over the 5 years and 2 months. First time I'm switching hands here. And just reminiscing, going back the old yellow brick road, and just sharing nostalgia with all you YouTube viewers out there. So, YouTube, Facebook, I'll try to put them all down in the description. The Kingston Sessions and Karaoke Sessions playlists are in the description too. And until next time, here's part 2. I mean, here was part 2. Here comes part 3. Oh God, I hope I don't forget which parts they are. If not, you know, the thumbnail will explain it all. So, yeah. Here we go with part 3.